kitchen and he'd cry, run his fingers through 70 years of living, and wonder, Lord, does every well I drill run dry? We were friends, me and this old man. We're like desperados waiting for a train. Desperados waiting for a train.
Way before Alaska, I was working at a logging camp at Paradise, Montana.
Uh-huh.
And I had this old Chevy, 35 Chevy. And
How big a truck?
no, it was a car.
Oh, it was just a regular
I just bought it for a car to
Oh.
drive.
2-door,
And
4-door?
It was a 4-door. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And we was drinking and going back to work. And all at once come to a abrupt halt.
What, the
The
car?
motor locked up.
No,
Yeah.
no oil or what?
Got low on oil. And speeding them old motors was before they had bearings and the rods.
Oh, so they didn't have any,
had little dipsticks.
there was no Babbitt? No,
They Babbitt, but that's the only thing. The way it got its oil was this little dipstick was on the cap, the rod cap.
yeah.
That had a slot in it, and a little tin thing that fell down in there. And as it tightened, that tightened it in. And when the engine turned, by that one, this was full of oil.
Kind of dipped into
It
it?
would go through that, and then it would run inside.
Inside the crank?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's the only way. There was no oil pump?
no.
It was just like a splash type of
Yeah.
thing.
And so I was driving too fast.
Didn't get enough oil?
Everything and it locked up. So I said, well, I'll go and guess we have to.
Now, could you let it cool down and start it up again?
Yeah, so I said, I have to see what's wrong. So the hood raised from each side.
Yeah. With the little latch, yeah.
It raised like some old pickups.
Yeah.
And the rod went out, busted the rod right off. Right where the generator bolted on.
Yeah.
And so it knocked the generator off, busted the block,
Oh, so really, you really seized it up.
and the generator was laying on the frame. And so I had some bars and hammers and stuff, and I busted that aluminum piston up so I could take it out through the hole in the pan. And got it so it could turn again. And got a hold of some oil and filled her up. And away we went, one cylinder short,
With a hole in the block.
with a hole in the bottom.
And it ran all right?
And it really
Shaking?
vibrated.
It was out of balance, right?
You couldn't drive very fast. And so,
So where'd this happen? Right in Paradise or
oh
something?
no, it's
One of the back roads?
one of the back roads way out in the
Miller.
trees. And so we got it going and made it to Paradise. And went in and was having a drink, and somebody came in and says, somebody's black Chevy's on fire out there. And
Did you
I
guess
said-
who it was?
I said, well, I'll guess it's me because everything else has happened today. And I went out, me and Raymond, I guess it was. Anyhow, we went out, and you couldn't see the steering wheel for smoke. And so we started pulling seats and stuff out and throwing it in the street. And we couldn't find no fire,
It was just smoke.
and just smoke. And then we raised the hood up, and there's where the fire was. It was the generator was hooked to the battery.
Oh, so it's just shorting
And
out?
so it shorted on the frame and just burned all the wiring off.
Oh, okay.
And
So-
so that ruined all the wiring.
So yeah, just had to replace it.
Well, I just so happened as most of the time I had a bunch of wire with me.
So you rewired it.
So I just rewired from the battery right to the coil.
Oh, okay. Straight.
Yeah. Got rid of all them shorts and stuff.
Yeah.
And anyhow, then I didn't drive it no more. It sat out there behind the bunkhouse, and till the job was done, and so I'd already bought another motor
Oh, to replace the one with the
to
hole?
replace it, and they're in St. Ignatius. So I even paid him for it while I was making good money, and he says, I'll just stick it under the workbench there and put the bill with it, and Mark paid. Whenever that happens, he says, whenever you bring it in, why, it's all paid for to put another motor in. And so we took it in there, or was gonna take it in there, and we decided to do it running around, means it still run. And we got stuck in the mud hole, and we was revving it up and ramming it around, and another rod went out,
In the same motor?
same motor.
The one that's, alright, the one with the hole already.
And so I went home and got a team of horses and pulled it home. And that time it took, the bolt stayed in the block and the pan was laying down on the tie rods and stuff, and the bolt heads went right through the pan. So I had no oil at all.
No.
And, but it still ran
Without oil.
without oil.
For how long, though?
Well, not very long, but long enough to serve my purpose. I got my brother to push me into town
To get a new motor.
and to get a new motor. So he towed me in, and we stopped around behind the block of this garage. And so he unhooked me and got around behind me and gave me a push, and it started right up. And I drove up to
The garage.
the door and honked the horn, and the door opened, and I drove in, and just then it just
Quit.
quit. No. And this guy I heard him with different customers, I swear, I drove that car in here without no oil pan on it.
You couldn't believe it.
Nobody to believe him.
Sounded like a story.
Sounds like a story, yeah.